The struggle is real in this garage. Let me tell you, as I back up, you can see all of this nightmare pile of stuff. This was all, or most of this was part of what was supposed to be in a garage sale that we are no longer allowed to have until after this quarantine is over. Some other things that are in here, a couple bins for a children's place donation. There's a bean bag for the same children's place, a clothing rack that we're going to donate. We have things for the dog rescue that we're going to donate, Precious Life Shelter, Habitat for Humanity. All of that is in here and we can't do anything with it. And it's 1/4 of our garage. Actually, let me back up. You can see this side is like the garage where you can walk through the house. Look at that. It's right here. So it's about 20, I'd say 15 feet wide. And it goes back about 10 feet. And this is all stuff we want to get rid of and we can't do anything with it right now. So yeah, struggle is real. Hi guys, welcome to our channel. I'm Lynn.
And I'm Jonathan.
And we are Create and Capture Life.
Yeah, okay.
We are, we skipped last week, sorry about that.
We were just not feeling super great. Allergies with the, if you guys have been following the weather in California and stuff like that, you know, it's been raining and then it went straight from like rain and the low 60s to almost 90 something degrees in the matter of like a day or two. So everything started pollinating and our allergies both were just miserable. So we're sorry for missing that episode last week, but we're back.
So we are back and I'm gonna put the week in here. I actually didn't look to see what it was. I think we're at week 37.
That's week 37 of the quarantine, by the way.
No, it's not. Of our 1 year to full-time RV life. But I'm going to talk a little bit about that anyway in a few minutes. A few weeks ago we did a video where we did a little LA road trip and we went to some different houses and we challenged you guys to tell us if you knew which houses they were. Nobody got them all, and the bonus was a hospital. Nobody got the bonus. And but one channel, Loaded Up and Traveling, did get 4 out of the 5 houses, so we're going to call them the winners. And we are in front of our garage, as you can tell, so like just now you're gonna hear cars driving by every once in a while or something. So sorry about that, but it's just easier to be out here right now.
Yeah.
So the first place was the hospital. That hospital is actually used in the intros to the first season of Grey's Anatomy. So they add the sign and that's right in Long Beach. That's not far from our house. It's a veterans hospital. And that's what they used for the intros of Grey's Anatomy's hospital. So that was the bonus hospital.
Mm-hmm.
House number 1, which I'm inserting pictures as you can tell. House number 1 was the easiest one and everybody got it, and that was the Brady Bunch house. It was recently refurbished by, I think it was HGTV, to look like it did when it was the Brady Bunch house. You can get tours of it at different times depending on who you know, that kind of thing. Not right now because of the quarantine, but you can do that, and that was allowed for a little while and probably will open back up again after this is over.
Yeah.
House number 2 was from Happy Days. It was the Cunningham House, and if those of you that noticed it looked a little different, they added on to, if you're facing the house like we were, they added on to the left side of the house, so it looks a little bit bigger than it did in the show. But that was the Cunningham House from Happy Days back in the day, so unless you're like my age, you might not have known what that was, like Jonathan. Number...
I saw it in reruns.
3, the house was Charmed. So it was from the show Charmed. The 3 sisters lived in that house, and it's kind of cool to see it in person because it really is the house they used all the front stuff from, and the steps and everything, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, that was the Charmed house. The fourth house was the Thriller house. It was used from the Michael Jackson video, music video Thriller. When he's on the date with the girl, they're in that house, and that's the house they run out of when they go out on the street. So.
And a little bit of just interesting information, useless information, but if you're ever out looking for these places, the Charmed house and the Thriller house are only like 4 or 5 doors away from each other, and that entire neighborhood, all of those houses in that entire neighborhood look like that. So that was actually pretty cool. Some neighbors like to speed through an alley. They're very excited.
Seriously, that guy was driving so fast through the alley right now. This is an alley, for God's sakes. It's not the street. Anyways, yeah, Charmed and Thriller houses are on the same block, and the rest of the houses on that
yeah, they look really cool.
Look like they could be from movies as well. So if you're ever in the LA area and want those addresses, we can always get those to you. And the last house seemed to be the easiest house, and that was the house from Ferris Bueller's Day Off. That's closer to us. That's in Long Beach also. Yeah. And a lot of people know where that one is, at least if you live around here. And so that was the Ferris Bueller house. So like I said, loaded up and traveling, they got all but one of the houses. They didn't get the Charmed house. And so we're gonna call them the winners. And I will be hitting you up for your address, and we will send you something.
Yeah, not sure what we're gonna send you.
It'll be something good.
So yeah, so if you guys are actually, some people ask the question, which is, are the houses available for tours? Not all of the houses are available for tours. Actually, only a couple of them are available for tours, and many of them actually have signs out front that do tell you that these are private residences. People have bought them and they live there. Now, I mean, obviously, if you're sitting out front taking a picture, you know, driving by, whatever, you know, that's probably okay.
No, it's definitely okay. Yeah. The people are okay with you going by, looking at the houses, taking photos of the houses, talking in front of their houses. It's just they don't want you going up and knocking on their front door, you know, running around in their front yard, or, you know, trying to drive through the Ferris Bueller driveway like they did in the movie, that kind of thing. I mean, that would be appreciated. Yeah. But it was kind of the same thing when we went to Oregon and Washington and found all of the houses from the movie Twilight.
Which I don't think we ever really talked about that. But
not on this, but we did that years ago. We went and found all those houses in Oregon and Washington, and same thing. They had signs on the property that just said, you know, just be respectful. So they don't mind if you take photos or whatever. But if you guys want the addresses to any of those houses and you're going to be in the LA area, let us know, because it's just kind of fun. It was a nice little day trip. We didn't have to get out of the car.
It was definitely a lot of fun seeing those houses. So
the only reason I had to get out of the car was to take the photos. And a couple of them I actually did through the car window. So the next thing we're going to talk about is this week is the struggle is real, guys. This quarantine, the struggle is real. We figured it out based on my son's doctor's appointments, that we have been quarantined for more than 7 weeks here. And it doesn't seem to be getting any better here in Orange County. In fact, it seems to be getting worse, because now you're required to wear masks where at first you weren't. You're required to do different things. Like we went today to Dairy Queen, for instance, and 2 people allowed in the place at once, and they won't take your card. You have to set it down on the counter and then they pick it up. I don't know the difference, but they pick it up, then they put it back down on this little thing, and then you pick it back up. When you go to the store, they have like plastic covering over their ATM where you swipe your card, which doesn't make any sense to me, because it's got a plastic cover over the keys that you're gonna punch, but then everyone's touching that same plastic cover. So I don't get what the point is, because what's the difference between touching that and the machine? You're still touching it after another person.
I mean, they're asking people to stand 6 feet away from each other, wear masks, all this other stuff, but yet everybody's touching the same keypad. And then their groceries.
They think they're doing something better by putting plastic over it.
I don't get it.
But then you're all just touching the plastic.
Yeah.
So I don't see, because they don't change the plastic or even wipe it down between customers. So I don't get the point of the plastic over the keyboard, but.
And then a lot of people are saying, oh, well, I wear gloves. And it's like, Yeah, but I've also seen people take their gloves and touch their faces with
You wear
their
gloves and you touch everything the same as you do with your hands. You're still spreading whatever you've touched,
Yeah,
wearing gloves
yeah.
or not. So anyway, it's just an interesting thing.
Craziness. It's all
It seems like
craziness.
every time we go out, we try to only go out like once a week, twice if we have to. Like last week we had to go to the post office a couple times. And we try not to go out a million times, but if we have to, it seems like every time we go out, even if it's just been a week, things have changed.
Yeah.
I mean, before we could go to our local grocery store and not wear a mask. It was optional. Now they won't let you in the door without a mask.
Yeah.
We went to 7-Eleven to get a soda, and they don't have the cups out anymore. You have to ask for a cup. And you have to wear a mask. And
Yeah.
then they all have those spit guards, basically, for lack of a better term.
Looks
and all
like they're
this
hanging a clear shower, shower curtain or something
Well, that
like
was 7-Eleven, but a lot of the other stores, you know, like the post office, they put up plexiglass. The Costco put up plexiglass. The CVS put up the shower curtain looking thing.
Yeah.
Different places. We were at Dairy Queen today and they had plexiglass, so I guess it just depends. But so you have that between you and the people. It's just getting crazy. It's getting a little bit extreme. And it seems to get more extreme every day. And if you've watched the news at all and you know that we live in Orange County, just a couple blocks from here, yesterday there were people protesting a few blocks from our house. And then there were hundreds, I don't know if it was thousands, but hundreds of people protesting at Huntington Beach, which is about 20 minutes from here. And all over the beaches along the coast in California the last few days, people have been protesting. And
Well, people have been protesting all over the country.
so it's just getting a little bit, it's getting a little crazy, and it's tiresome. It's just tiresome to see it. And then you just see it's on, you know, I watch the news to see what's going on and get caught up, and then I turn it off. But the news doesn't freak me out at all. I just watch it for information, turn it off, and take it for what it is. But
That's the other thing. People are just freaking out, you know, about everything. And it's like, if you just listen to the news, listen to some of the facts, the real facts, not the made up sensationalized
But there's no way. But there's no way
facts.
to know what the real facts are, because
yeah.
everyone has a different version of what the facts are.
Yeah.
So you just kind of have to take it for what it is, and use your best judgment. You
Yep.
know, and that's all you can do.
At the end of the day, that's what we all are going to have to do. Once this whole thing, you know, gets to a point where we're all able to go out, you'll have to make the decision whether or not you want to go out, whether or not you feel comfortable going out, and if you do, you know, what level of protection you yourself want to take. You know, everybody's going to be different. Some people are not going to care, and some people are going to stay home. So it's whatever you want to do.
Yeah, that's the bottom line. But the struggle is definitely real. For us, the struggle isn't real on the quarantine, because we can still, you know, other than not working, that sucks. But the other thing is hard is, you guys know we're on a journey to become full-time RVers, and we have not swayed from that idea. It looks like it's going to take longer now because of the quarantine, but we haven't changed our minds. The hard thing is, sorry, we had two different neighbors driving by. The thing for us is, like, behind us here, we have so much stuff. We were supposed to have a garage sale on April 25th. We weren't allowed to have a garage sale. It's a neighborhood-wide garage sale that we do once a year. It's very well trafficked. A lot of people come there. We weren't allowed to do that. So the stuff that we had been setting aside for months for the garage sale is still behind us. We have things for Habitat or for Humanity from when we were fixing up our house and things like that. We can't give those away right now. We have things for the dog shelter, because dog shelters will always take dog toys, blankets, sheets, and towels. So we have a bunch of that to give to the dog shelter. They won't take them right now. The Precious Life Shelter, the women's shelter that's local to us that we donate to all the time, they're not taking donations either, so that's behind us. The local high school is doing a clothing drive for grad night. They're not collecting right now. That's behind us. So it's kind of like we're just waiting. We're waiting for someone to say, okay, we're accepting donations, and then Jonathan can pull up his truck and then we can get rid of the stuff.
Yeah, I'd say probably a good quarter to third of the stuff behind us. The majority of it is actually for donation. We have all of these boxes behind us. They're all labeled.
Oh, Working Wardrobes was the other one that we had set aside a lot of donations for, although that is going to change a little bit because their rules, Jonathan read up on the rules, and for them to accept donations, everything has to be on hangers. Well, I'm not going to go buy hangers to donate clothes.
Yeah.
So whatever hangers we're getting rid of, we'll hang up those clothes and we'll donate to them. But the other stuff's just going to have to go somewhere else.
And whatever is not on hangers, one of our neighbors, actually a couple doors down, oh, he's not out there right now, but works for a veterans association where they help find jobs for veterans, and sometimes they need clothes to go on interviews and stuff like that. So we're going to, you know, as soon as he tells me, hey, we're ready to go, I'll probably just give him a couple boxes and him.
For as much guy stuff, Jonathan doesn't have as much to donate as far as that because he doesn't really dress up for any reason.
But there's women veterans that would.
But yeah, I mean, basically we rearranged everything in the garage yesterday so that this entire front half of the garage is not supposed to be here. Yeah. We know that everything in front, we have a row of shelves behind all of this that is full of things that we will be keeping for now. Everything in front of those shelves is not supposed to be here. So we've sold a couple things just on Facebook Marketplace, just posting something for $10 here and there. We've given a couple things away. Motorcycle. We've given a few things away. We've sold some things. We put some things on eBay. I did sell like 4 things on eBay last week.
Yeah, Lynn's been doing really good on eBay.
Nothing big, just little things, you know, like whatever, you know, nothing huge, like I said. But I feel like if I took 4 things to the post office this week, then that's 4 less things that are in the house.
Yeah.
My daughter's room's completely cleaned out because, like you guys know, she moved out a while ago. Her room is cleaned out and being staged for when we decide to sell the house. And yeah, we're just kind of in a holding pattern. So the struggle is real because we look at all this stuff, we don't want it here, it's not supposed to be here, and we can't do anything with it. We can't. Who would have ever thought you couldn't even give stuff away?
I know, that's weird, is not being able to give stuff away.
Yeah.
It's a whole different problem than I think we would have ever guessed.
Yeah, it's just, I never thought we'd come up against that. I don't think either one of us ever imagined that we wouldn't be able to give things away.
No, really, definitely not.
I mean, it's just bizarre. Even on Facebook, there are some things we've posted for free on Facebook, and then people say, contact John, because I don't let them contact me because you never know. So they contact Jonathan, make arrangements to pick up whatever it is, and then you have people who say they want something for free, and then they don't come get it.
Yeah. Just this morning alone, I had like 3 different people message me about one item, and all 3 of them fell through. Finally, the 4th person finally came this morning to pick it up.
Yeah. And then the weird thing about that is when the person who before flaked, then they hit you up and say, oh, now I can come get it, and you tell them it's gone, a lot of times they get mad at you. It's like, dude, it was free, first come, first serve, like, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, not sorry. But, so yeah. So what are we doing to try to keep our sanity during quarantine? Same as everybody else. We're taking walks every day. We do 2 things. We take a walk, we walk ourselves, then we walk the dogs, because if we walk the dogs, it takes longer and they want to stop and they want to smell and all that. And so we walk ourselves so we can actually just walk.
Yeah, and then we walk where we live down to the end of the street and back, if that round trip is about a mile, so we do at least a mile every day. And then we do about another, probably about half a mile.
Yeah, with the dogs.
With the dogs, yeah.
So we've been cooking at home, same as everybody else. I bought myself some sidewalk chalk, and I've been doing sidewalk chalk art just to keep myself busy in the late afternoons. It takes usually a half hour to an hour to do one. And we have video, which you're gonna see here in a second, that Jonathan's collected from our Ring doorbell, as well as our,
we've got a couple cameras out in the front of the house, just kind of watching, like,
I know, but what are they? The Ring doorbell?
We have Ring and we have Blink.
And a Blink camera.
Yeah.
So I'm going to show you that here in a second of neighbors or people walking by. It's kind of funny to watch them walk by and see what I put out there. I had done a Mickey one time, said wash your hands, with his big hand out. I did a Mike Wazowski holding a mask and said wear your mask. And right now out front there's a whole little montage of Alice in Wonderland figures, and it says we're all mad here, which is us this week. So it seemed appropriate for this week to do that, but that's been keeping me busy. The walking.
I've gotten a lot of work done on my truck. I was able to get the suspension replaced. There was a recall on that, and the rear leaf springs on my truck were bad. So I got that taken care of on the recall. I took my truck and dropped it off at Toyota for the day. I was able to on my own, because it's not really that hard. I replaced the rear shocks. I replaced the oil, or not replaced, I changed the oil, I did some battery maintenance. My battery was having problems charging, so I had to completely remove all the connectors and just clean the terminals like crazy. Lynn sacrificed some Diet Coke for me to do that. And but yeah, everything, I've been able to do that. I've been able to do some cleaning and stuff like that in my truck. But yeah, we've just been doing little projects just to keep ourselves sane.
You know, little things. We kind of have a routine every day now, and just waiting for quarantine to be over, because it's been over 7 weeks and we could really, you know, use a solid paycheck, and we could also really use the ability to visit our family and see everybody. My niece's birthday is this week and I will not be able to see her on her birthday, which sucks. I know eventually we'll all get together as a family and celebrate all the birthdays that we've missed, but it's just sad. So we're just trying to keep busy. What are you guys doing during this quarantine time? What are you guys doing to keep busy? Let us know down below, because maybe you're doing something that we would enjoy doing, and we're always looking for new ideas. So please, if you're doing something interesting or fun, you found something that passes the time during quarantine that's not Netflix, you know, comment down below and let us know what it is, because we would love to know what you're up to. Okay, so what's next for us?
That is a big question right now, isn't it?
So one thing that's going to change is it's no longer going to be 1 year to full-time RV life, because basically we have 12 weeks, which would mean we would need to sell the house and be out of here and everything else. And right now everything's up in the air because of the quarantine and coronavirus. So we don't know. So we're going to have to change it. I don't know what we're going to change it to as of this week. We'll let you know next week. We got to give it some thought. But we are definitely still working towards this full-time RVing. It's just not going to happen in our 52 weeks that we were hoping for, because the quarantine has basically screwed everything up as far as we can't donate. We can't get rid of things to clean out the house. We can't show the house if we put it on the market. There's certain stores that we can't go to right now because they're closed to purchase things that we need to work on the house. And the house is in great shape. There's just little things that need to be done that you would do, you know, before you sell your house. And so we're kind of in a holding pattern right now. So just so you guys know, we are definitely not changing our plans. We are going forward with full-time RV life for sure. We know, pretty much we know the RV that we want, and we plan on special ordering it, but that can't happen now either because the dealerships are closed. So basically we're in a holding pattern. So that's it, I guess. So good news is we're still going forward. Bad news is it's going to take a little longer than we thought, but that's okay. And I think that's it for this week.
I mean, we haven't stopped. The reality is we're still going forward. I mean, I think everybody's going to give us a little bit of a leeway on our 52 weeks because of everything that's going on. I mean, I think everybody understands, you know, what's going on. So, you know, it'll be what it is. So
I guess that's it. And if you guys have any questions, comments, please let us know down below. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. Give us a thumbs up if you would. And we hope you're doing well. Stay safe, stay healthy.
Wash your hands. Don't touch your face.
See you guys next week. Bye.